Hello guys, this is Carla here again with another review for the CW's Gotham, which is a Batman prequel show. This time it's for season 2, episode 3. The title is The Last Laugh. By the way, sorry if you hear thunder in the background or rain. It's storming pretty bad outside my window, so sorry if all of a sudden you hear thunder. It might actually help for the ambience of this episode, honestly. So basically, if I could title this review, the perfect title would be, well, that happened. Because I think you all know what I mean when I say that. It's kind of the biggest thing that's happened so far this season. Concerning, of course, our favorite pre-Joker type, Jerome, whom I've always liked. So I was shocked, to say the least, to see what happened in this episode. But first, I'm gonna start off with the parts I didn't like about the episode so much. It's like, every once in a while, this show falls into a lot of cliches that, okay, cliches are fun every once in a while when they use them well and they use them for a purpose, but this time around it just felt lazy. It's like, yeah, there's a band of criminally insane maniacs out there killing people at random, killing each other at random, throwing people off buildings just for fun, and yet we're gonna host this charity ball where all the important people of Gotham are going to be present together in the same room, and apparently a very easily a room that was very easy to take over. It's like, really, show? Really? Do you really want me to believe that that is the thing that is happening? I mean, come on, have some common sense. Is it really? Like, when Lee told Jim about it, I was like, are you kidding me? But, I mean, I can't hate on him, because I kind of get the purpose of it being a very public place for, Gallivan to actually want to be present, and for him to actually kind of start off on trying to make himself a hero. But at the same time, it's like, come on. They could have done something different. I mean, which city? Your police commissioner just got killed. Your mayor is missing in action. Like, why would you even hold this charity ball? Really? So that was the first time in the episode that I just went, oh, come on. There were a few others, mainly related to Barbara. Like I've said in previous reviews, I like Barbara. I think she's really cool as a villain. But my part of that villain-esque quality in her is the fact that she's not just doing it to force Jim back to her. Like, okay, I get that she's feeling spiteful because Jim, put her in Arkham and then shacked up with Lee while she was out and whatever. And okay, I get it, but the thing with her being a villain is that once someone does something to her and she feels slighted, she should lash out. She shouldn't want Jim back. I'm sorry, and I'm hoping that what she was saying to Lee when they had her captured, that what she was saying was kind of an attempt to torture her, like to mentally play with her brain, in a sense, and that it's not what she ultimately wants, because sorry about that. Because I really think that she should want Jim to suffer. And I liked what she said, what Gallivan said to her in the beginning of the episode, that they were going to, like, once this was all done, that they were going to make Jim suffer. That's what I want her to want. I don't want her to just be the typical women scorned. it's... I don't want this to be about a boy. I want it to be about making herself someone to be reckoned with, someone like she feels she has to be powerful because she wasn't through the whole time before she killed her parents. Like, if she says she felt that she was a nobody and that she couldn't be her real self, and that's why she's lashing out against all the people that made her feel like she had to put on a facade, that's perfect. I don't want her to get back together with Jim, which obviously I hope they don't, because she's freaking insane, and I can't imagine how Jim would actually go back to her, like, for real, after all she's done. But moreover, I want her to be an evil maniac because she's evil, not just because she wants Jim back. So there were a few moments in this episode where she kind of went back and forth on it. I'm still hoping that it's not the typical jealous, insane woman that's driving her. I just want her to be evil for herself. If they do go down the path where she's trying to win Jim back somehow, like she's attempting to kill everybody around him just because she loves him and wants him for herself, I won't like that, no matter how cool her villainous ways are, I like the idea that she's with Tabitha, because it's kind of a throwback to season 1, because all of a sudden, she was with a woman and then all of a sudden it was never mentioned again. But at the same time, I also like that she's kind of flirting with Galvin himself, because that's what you like about Barbara. She's the manipulator, and she will do anything she has to in order to get to the top, and I really like that. I don't know how Tabitha's going to react to it, but given the creepy vibes she was selling at the ball with the whole thing, like, oh, my brother's so great in the sack, I'm like, what? I don't know that she'd mind entirely, but at the same time, the end of the episode kind of hinted at it, so you never know. So yeah, those were the parts that I didn't really like. Also, the whole thing with Harvey and Penguin. I don't know. Harvey, where do you get off trying to threaten Penguin? You just joined the force again. It's like you have no leverage. I like the loyalty to Jim, I guess, because I like Harvey. And I think that he and Jim have grown really close through this whole thing. But at the same time, come on, be smart. Really, be smart. Penguin is not afraid of you, or he shouldn't be. You have no leverage, but I guess we'll see. For the rest of it, though, I actually really like the episode. Obviously, the Jerome thing is the biggest twist so far, I think, in this show, really. Because most of us were expecting him to be the Joker. I'm kind of sad that he's not. Because I really liked him. I thought he did a terrific job portraying this kind of maniac who's just into chaos for the sake of chaos. I really liked that, and I'm gonna miss him because I thought he was terrific in that role. He was the highlight of season 1 for me, and so far he's been doing a pretty good job in season 2. But it was a good twist. People were kind of sold on the idea that he would be the Joker, but of course you don't want it to be that easy, so I think it was a good twist. If they might have done a few things to make it more surprising, because at the beginning of the episode I didn't know, but then when Jerome's father, the blind prophecy do whatever his name is, when Jerome's about to kill him, and he mentions out loud this death curse or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, Jerome's going to bite the bucket, it's like kick the bucket. That was a bit too much. It kind of killed the surprise for me. But maybe I'm just more observant than more people. So I like the fact that they had the guts to actually kill a character who was that interesting, and they even kind of alluded to that in the show at the end with Gallivan and Barbara. So I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the way he died. I liked the imagery of it, like, the blood from the mouth, and just because he was leaning backwards, it just dropped back down his cheek and into like the shape of a very wide grin. I thought that was pretty cool, and I like the idea that if he's not the Joker, he's kind of inspired the Joker, and we don't really know who the Joker's gonna be. We don't even know if we're gonna see the Joker, which honestly I hope, now that we've had Jerome, I hope we don't see the Joker, the actual Joker, because it would be a lot of the same. There would be comparisons, and I really don't want that. I kind of liked that, to have that comparison between him and Bruce. It was nice. I mean, they didn't get to interact all that much, but it was nice because then you have these two kids who do have some things in common, like being orphans and feeling lonely, but they're also so very different because Jerome was mentally ill and he killed his own parents, and he's just like, his feelings of loneliness just inspire him to be evil, and to not care, whereas Bruce is more along the lines of the death of his parents and inspires him to save Gotham, which is another thing I really liked in this episode. Like the whole thing where Jim, Alfred, and Bruce team up to take them down. That was great. They need to do that more often. Honestly, they're a great team. I really liked it. And just, I mean, obviously the whole thing was staged by Gallivan, which to me, it felt a little bit, I don't know, it felt a little bit too on the nose, because, Jim was watching it from, like, before he went in, he was watching outside through the TV screens, and it was a bit too obvious. I mean, Gallivan, if you're gonna sell yourself as a hero, at least try to be a good actor when you're doing so. It was just really bad acting. I don't know if they meant to do that on purpose, to like make it really obvious that it was all a trick, but I just didn't see how anybody watching the broadcast would actually think that it's real. I mean, Calvin was looking straight at the camera, really. So I didn't buy it. I'm wondering what Calvin is gonna do now that he only has Barbara around and his sister. Like, his entire team is gone now. So how is he going to keep saving Gotham? Like, keep making up these circumstances in order to show himself as a hero, or is that it? And if so, why hasn't gotten rid of Barbara? Because I really doubt he's as into her as she seems to think he is. So I'm not sure what his plans are, but I guess I can buy into it. I just wanna see where that goes, because without henchmen, he can't really create chaos in Gotham anymore. And I highly doubt that they're going to, like, name him mayor or anything just out of one circumstance where he proved to be a good guy. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. And again, for the most part, I liked it. I liked the Bruce and Selena scene was kind of cute. I love Selena. She's so, blunt, and I like it. I loved when Bruce is like, you know this is for charity, right? And she's like, well, I still gotta eat, because let's face it, it's true. And I don't ship them necessarily, but I think it's cute because I think they both need a friend, and I think it's very cute that Bruce was like, I miss you, and you could see on her face that she was like, well, I can't miss you, sorry. But it got to her, like, she felt it. So I like that. I don't know, it's a pretty good episode. The whole thing with Alfred flirting with Lee was kind of really awkward. I'm just like, seriously, why does nobody just say that she's dating Jim? I mean, by the end, of course, Alfred knows, and it was funny when he's like, oh, Bruce, you should have told me. And Bruce is like, I had no idea, sorry. That was funny, but just throughout, like, the scenes felt so awkward, and I'm just like, ugh, don't. I wonder if they're actually going to give Alfred a lady later on in the season, because honestly, he can't just be 100% focused on Bruce the whole time, so that would be interesting to see. I hope they make it better than him flirting with Lee, because that was just awkward to watch. So yeah, for the most part, I really like this episode. I like the twist. I like the way it ended, with, you know, Jerome's legacy. So as much as I'm gonna miss him, I think that it was a good twist. It was one I wasn't expecting before I started watching the episode. I did see it coming once I started watching the episode, but I didn't see it coming before. So that was good. And I think it was a proper send-off for him. I'll miss him, but hey, what can you do? Let's just hope that all the villains that come in now are actually as good as Jerome, because he's going to leave a big hole in the show. So yeah, that's pretty much my review of it. I liked the episode. It had its flaws, but it wasn't bad at all. And in the end, the shock of it all, just the fact that they had the guts to actually do that, I really like that. And it makes me feel like the show's not pulling its punches anymore, so that's great. That's about it, and for the next time I will be back with another review. In the meantime, you can go and visit our site at thegeekypub.com, where we have plenty other reviews of Gotham from the previous season, as well as reviews for other TV shows, movies, books, games, etc. We have it all. So be sure to check that out, and I will see you guys later.